Hello，大家好，我是刘轩，我是哈佛大学心理学学士，哈佛教育学院人类发展心理学硕士。很高兴呢，可以在 Master Talk 上面和安娜医师对谈多巴胺的戒瘾的练习。
Hello to everyone in Taiwan. I am Dr. Anna Lemke, a professor of psychiatry and addiction medicine at Stanford University, chief of the Dual Diagnosis Clinic, and author of the book Dopamine Nation. I am thrilled to share the course, Dr. Anna Lemke's Guide to Dopamine Detoxing, exclusively with you on Master Talks. My goal is to apply my clinical understanding of the mind-body connection to give you practical, actionable advice. I will show you how to reset your brain's balance and reclaim joy, peace, and mental clarity.
现代的台湾人，无论是滑手机或追剧，都一次次的感受到多巴胺的刺激，但却也让身心变得越来越焦虑。那根据调查显示呢，台湾人的平均上网时间是在全球排名第一。手机成瘾的问题也影响到许多人的生活作息，尤其是我很在意的青少年在人格的养成和他们的学习的阶段呢，这是许多父母和个人都需要面对的重大议题。所以我们非常需要像安娜医师这样有专业实务戒瘾经验专家的参与关注，给予我们有效且实际的建议。So I guess that's where we'll kick off our talk.
Sounds good. Yeah, so important.
Yeah. So I have two kids. My daughter's 15 and my son is 13. For me, I try to observe the reasons behind my kids' cell phone use. For example, my son or my daughter might come back from a long day at school, and I'll ask them, do you have homework to do? Like, yeah, I got a lot. And inevitably, they wouldn't go straight into the homework. I would see them, they would take a break, they would eat a snack, and they'll be on their device. When I see them doing that, I usually don't say anything because I realize that for them, it might be some form of emotional regulation because they've had a long day. If we had a long day at work, we come back and we kind of want to chill for a little bit.
Absolutely, yes.
But then there will come a time where if they pass that time, for example, like an hour, right? Hey, you've been snacking for an hour and you've been on your device for an hour. I think we should get into the real work, right? Or maybe do a stretch or something. And I really, this is what I found very, very useful, which is to actually get physical with the kids, right? As in let's move our bodies a little bit and let's have a talk and let's engage and look at each other's eyes and have them focus on something outside for a little while. But I also realize that not every parent can do that. What I see a lot of parents do, and because I live in a primarily Asian neighborhood, actually, so there's a lot of tiger moms and tiger dads, right? They'll say, there you go again. You're addicted. To me, it sounds a little bit like just, over-labeling. I don't know how you feel about that, Anna.
Well, I've written a lot about over-labeling and pathologizing everyday life, and this is a pervasive problem in the world today. We want to get everything, a mental health diagnosis and such. When I use the term addiction, I'm really using it, as a sort of a serious diagnosis, somebody who's really reached a point where they cannot stop even when they want to. There are very serious mental health and physical health and interpersonal, et cetera, consequences. First of all, so great that you are at home when your kids get home, right? And that you empathize with the fact that it is stressful to be a teenager with other teenagers all day long, and that they need to decompress. This is a key thing. In the world today, many of us, if not most of us, are using our devices to relax and decompress. The problem is it's not actually relaxing for our brains. We're not actually able to sort of calm down those neural networks and sort of feel restored so that then we can move on to do whatever we need to do next. Instead, what it's doing is creating the state of craving that just makes us want to keep doing it and not want to do anything else. So what begins as a way of relaxing becomes a mode of procrastination. And that is a key problem. Now, you have with your training and also probably parental instincts, hit on, you said 3 things that you do with your kids that you find helps them. You get them to move their bodies, right? And you get them to go outside. And there was one more thing. Oh yeah. And you do it together. Okay. Now you've just hit on 3 really healthy sources of dopamine. Movement is integral to, healthy dopamine reward balance in our brains. Nature, going outside, very restorative, right? And then, of course, we do much better regulating our consumptive behaviors when we pair or join together with other people who are behaving in a similar manner, right? We massively co-regulate with other people. And so the family becomes a tribe where we are mimicking each other. And you can use that for good, or it can go, where everybody's on their devices all the time. And then, I have parents who come in like, my kid's addicted. And then in the middle of the session where we're trying to sort out what's going on at home, they get a call, right? Or they're I'm like, okay, we have a bigger problem here than your kid, but they just want to see it as the kid. Now, let me just say to your last point about, the parent screaming, you're addicted, you're addicted. I've done that. I have done that. And what I always want to point out to folks is that behind that dysregulation is one primary emotion, and it is fear. Fear that my kid is going to be derailed. So I think, in that moment of sort of wanting to scream at your kid, you're addicted, and feeling dysregulated, it's good to stop and say, okay, I'm afraid for my child. And then to bring the temperature down. And trust me, I've done all these mistakes. Like, you can't wait till you're screaming at your kid to try to change the behavior. You have to the next day say, hey, when they're not on their thing, hey, let's talk about what's going on in the family. Right. What can we do? Can we get rid of some of the screens? Can we take the screens out of your bedroom? Can we limit your devices? Do you need to have a light phone instead of a smartphone? Do we need to get you a laptop just for school that doesn't have games on it? All kinds of what I call self-binding strategies.
Yeah.